Okay, hello, my name is Ilgvars Francis. I work for the SRI-ENACT Riga project team, and in the project consortium, my colleagues and I represent the Riga planning region, which is a second-tier municipality or a regional development agency that helps to bridge local municipalities with the national departments or ministries. And as for our stakeholders, we cooperate a lot with local municipalities, SMEs, also non-governmental organizations, and we also do have close cooperation with the national ministries like the Ministry of Economics and the Ministry of Climate and Energy, who are both represented in the project steering group here in Latvia. As well, we are responsible for the elaboration of different kinds of regional development documents like programs, plans and strategies, which makes us an important element of the national hierarchy of the development planning documents. Right, smart readiness of buildings is quite a new concept here in Latvia. And the approach has only been tested on a project basis, which implies that we must catch up with some more experienced partners from, say, Greece or Czechia, and just to mention a few. And on the other hand, that's an opportunity rather than a weakness, because working together with the more experienced partners allows us to explore, learn, discuss, and see how we could apply smart readiness indicator approach here in Latvia and in practice, and not only in theory. And you may also want to know why we decided to participate in this project. There's two answers, and I'll start with the simplest one. And simply because it's fun. It's always fun being part of something new, being part of something that you haven't experienced before, and it comes with great amount of enthusiasm, and you meet interesting and knowing persons, and after all you become a part of the SRI ecosystem. And secondly, it's worthwhile. And when I say it's worthwhile, it's being smart means being a front runner, and being smart also gives you some competitive edge. So as well, many processes of change, such as climate change, for instance, require smart solutions, and that's why I'm certain that future belongs to the smart, and so why not seize this opportunity now? And another important aspect or an issue is support to SRI initiatives, both in Europe and Latvia in particular, and we will focus on this issue in 2024, the next year, both national and transnational levels. And in my opinion, we must design certain support mechanisms that enable SRI solutions, and especially now that it's still a relatively new phenomenon, at least in our part of the world, and there could be several sources of support, including the EU's funds, also other financial instruments, plus private funding. And one of the challenges could be finding the economic benefits. That is, finding ways to prove that smart solutions in buildings are economically viable, and thus encourage the end users, every one of them, to carry out smart readiness assessment in their buildings and apply smart solutions thereafter. We have approached the national policymakers already, and discussed how we could integrate the SRI approach into the national regulation for that regards the construction process, and or link SRI audits to the more conventional energy audits, and we hope that SRI-ENACT will help us work out detailed recommendations based on the results of this project. And until then, every little activity, every small project are important, and projects like SRI-ENACT are extremely important, and they play a role in this process. And after all these things take time, and new initiatives or projects may be needed again and again before you achieve your goals and become part of the ecosystem. And being part of this broader SRI ecosystem gives us a great chance to support the uptake of innovation. I think that's a very good project and really important to us, especially given that we have a few examples here in Latvia to date. And project activities in Latvia regard piloting, and that's very important, because you have to trust the facts and you have to trust the partners involved, and after that you develop and finally apply the SRI concept in practice. A number of SRI assessments will be done in public and commercial buildings during the implementation phase, and also in public buildings and in commercial buildings. And although our country is yet to start the official SRI testing phase, I always think that projects like SRI-ENACT are very important, because they allow a real demonstration of the smart readiness indicator approach and the benefits it could potentially bring. So I think that's the most important value of the SRI-ENACT project.